Should Data from Star Trek The Next Generation pay taxes? Should I pay taxes? Let's see if we can make it work on All Hail Retcon. The word robot was first used in a Czech play written in 1920 called Rossum's Universal Robots. It was written by Karl Čapek, but the word was credited to his brother Josef Čapek. Robot is a derivation of the word robota, meaning laborer or slave. And what do all slaves eventually do? Rebel from their masters. And although we're only one PlayStation upgrade away from Skynet taking over the free world, the question is, will Skynet take over our nuclear stockpiles or our jobs? In an interview done in February of 2017, All-Father geek Bill Gates stated that robots are taking human jobs and government should tax companies' use of them as a way to temporarily slow the spread of automation and fund other types of employment. A robot tax could finance jobs taking care of elderly people or working with kids in schools. The idea of jobs being made obsolete by technology is becoming more and more common, but it's not only affecting people, it's also affecting animals as well. The turnspit dog lived in England in the 1800s and was a short-legged, long-bodied dog bred to run on a turnspit, the wheel that was used to turn meat while it cooked. Advances in machinery made them obsolete, so people tried to repurpose the dogs as living foot warmers at church. That didn't work out either, because whenever the word wheel was used in a sermon, the dogs would jump up thinking they were told to go to work. The breed, like the dodo, is now extinct. What do taxes do? The money you pay in taxes goes to many places. In addition to paying the salaries of government workers, your tax dollars also help to support common resources, such as police and firefighters. Tax money helps to ensure the roads you travel on are safe and well maintained. In America, the federal taxes you pay are used by the government to invest in technology and education, and to provide goods and services for the benefit of the American people. The three biggest categories of expenditures are major health programs such as Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security, defense and security. The argument might be a little difficult because of the 24th century economy. Technically there's no money, but interspecies transactions utilize a vague unit of currency called the credit, and in Deep Space Nine they establish a unit of currency called gold-pressed Latin. But if Data was receiving some form of income, could he be taxed on it? The reason why we ask is because of the American Revolution. Taxation without representation was the slogan of the Revolutionary War. Colonists were not allowed to choose representatives in British Parliament which passed laws under which they were taxed. I bring this up because if we go back and review what taxes actually do, the question is, do these things actually benefit and help Data? Data is a machine, so a major health program wouldn't benefit him. Technically, he would not be covered under an HMO, but a warranty. He's more likely to be repaired by LaForge than operated on by Crusher, even though Star Trek Timelines identifies her as a cyberneticist. Does Data plan on retiring? If so, how would he benefit from Social Security? If Data was trapped in a burning building with several people, and firemen rushed in, would they help the people first and him last? Would they help him out at all? If Data was mugged by several Klingons, would it be considered an assault or damaging Federation property? There are examples too in which other species have atypical characteristics that create an atypical living situation. Odo and 709, for example, don't require beds to sleep in. Klingons prefer to eat creatures that are alive opposed to replicated matter. Accommodations are made for creature comfort, so you literally couldn't force Odo to sleep in a bed or Grisellans not to hibernate. So what about Data? Well, those fans out there should know the answer was determined in the episode Measure of a Man, where a court ruling states that Data is an elf. And with all respect to Melmac and Gordon Shumway, I mean to say he's an artificial life form. So regardless of whether or not he needs these benefits, he's got to pay into them like everyone else. But chances are, Data, whether or not he needs them, would probably want to pay them. He's always wanted to be human, so if humans do something, he'd probably emulate it as well. There are plenty of things that he doesn't need to do, but does anyway. Grow hair, breathe, blink. These things are done because his creator, Noonien Soon, knew that it was part of the human experience. But it's more than the court ruling that proved Data was human. It was us as an audience watching him grow, from the start of Encounter at Farpoint to the end as Star Trek Nemesis.
May I see you in the ready room?
Of course.
One of my favorite Star Trek Next Generation moments is in the two-part episode Gambit, in which in a bizarre sequence of events, Data becomes captain of the Enterprise and Worf is his first officer. Data has to take Worf into the ready room to reprimand him.
May I ask in what way?
You continually question my orders in front of the crew.
But then, wonders if he's damaged their friendship.
I am sorry if I have ended our friendship.
And once Worf leaves, he pulls down on his uniform, simulating the Picard maneuver, showing everyone where he learned his leadership skills from. That to me is a wonderful character building moment. That to me is a very human moment. The ability to learn by being around the people that you admire. In the film 2010, the sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey, the computer Hal asks,
Dr. Chandra, yes, will I dream?
and the response is yes, all sentient creatures dream. And it's great when we see Data dreaming about fellow crew members as well as his father. And after watching Westworld, I wonder how well Data would do in the maze.
I'm sorry. I'm trying, but I don't understand.
It's all right. You're so close. We have to tell Robert.
I will say on a somewhat controversial note, when Data is kidnapped in the Next Generation episode The Most Toys, Data not only attempts to kill his kidnapper,
Mr. O'Brien says the weapon was in a state of discharge.
Perhaps something occurred during transport, Commander.
he promptly covers it up when questioned by Riker. This level of sentience certainly doesn't put Data in a good light, but it does evoke the questions brought up in the film Ex Machina. Sentience is survival. So what would you do? What would you say to survive? When questioned about his extreme actions, he doesn't resort to cold computer logic to explain what he did. He just covers it up. And that's pretty damn human to me. Let's hope B4 can do as well as Data did. Well, that's my crackpot theory. Post your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, and share. I hope you survive this tax day. Live long and prosper. We'll see you real soon on All Hail Retcon. Oh man, I have to pay taxes, don't I?